Pele. Yes, that is a very vigorous hula, you guys. Not easy to do. Give them a round of applause. Let them catch their breath. So, on to Pele hula number 2 that I told you about the first time. So, now we will give you our dedication to Pele hula, as she is described in storytelling and in rhyme and poetry as lava. And at one point, they're going to point to their knees. And this is indicative of the fact that depictions of Pele, as she is in her fire form, she's typically half woman, and the rest of her is submerged in lava. So that is what the pointing of the knees will indicate. Ho'oma Koko. Good job. Up to the side. Better together. Let me introduce you all to Maile. Say aloha, Maile. Aloha. This is Malia, Ha'avina, Paola. They've been working very hard to present aloha and culture to you today. So how about one more round of applause? So our last kahiko, or ancient hula, it is considered a modern ancient hula. It is about Mamala, which is the ancient Hawaiian name for the channel that enters into Honolulu Harbor. And there was supposedly a love affair that happened in that area many, many years ago. And this story tells of that love story at Mamala. And it's dedicated to King Kalakaua for a couple of different reasons. I don't know how much you know about King Kalakaua, but he was the only monarch at the time to go sail internationally, over international waters. He loved to sail. He was a great seafaring person, and so he loved to be on the ocean. So this is dedicated to him for his love of the ocean and the sea. Ho'oma Kauko.
của Hồ Tình CD trong tiến sĩ Trần Xuân Trung ẩn trong đây. Chúc mừng anh, ngày hôm nay Asian Times Square, Asia Times Square có một cái event giống như vậy. Anh cảm thấy Asian Month, Heritage Month của tháng May này anh cảm thấy làm sao?
Trong những năm qua những cái festival vậy đó nó chưa có quan trọng, nhưng mà năm nay tại sao quan trọng là thì trong cái phong trào đương kỳ thị người Á Châu mình, thì những cái buổi như vậy á để cho đồng bào ở tại xứ Hoa Kỳ này thấy rằng chúng ta đó đến đây không phải để gây chiến, chúng ta đến đây để sống hòa bình. Đa số là một số người đã tị nạn cộng sản, chúng ta đến đây không có lựa chọn mà bị bắt buộc đến đây. Thì với cái sự chung sống hòa bình á thì mọi sự tốt cho cộng đồng và cho đất Mỹ. Còn nếu tiếp tục gây chiến hoài á thì nó sẽ làm cho chúng ta có những đau khổ mà không hàn gắn được.
Đúng rồi. Dạ vâng. Cảm ơn anh rất là nhiều. Cho anh mời anh lên chút xíu nữa mình nói dần sau. Dạ vâng. Chào anh. Dạ cảm ơn.
Khi nào anh giấu
Gil, this is when we're going to need our 2 songs now. So we're going to move into the last 2 hulas, which are modern hula awana. This one is called Kale Hua Emilia, and it talks about the love between 2 people as it compares to a flower. We're ready, Gil.
see if you can step forward out here really quick for me, okay? Come on over. Are you Garland? Get grandparents, please. Okay. Come on over here for a second.
Em đi chùa trên Ngọc Nhiên đó.
Hả?
Em đi chùa trên Ngọc Nhiên đó.
Ngọc Diễn hả? Phía bên, ok. Đây là Tấn Đạt ở đài VAE. Có anh cảnh sát Officer Nguyễn ở bên đây. Này thì cảnh sát của Grand Prairie đúng không? Chút xíu nữa sẽ làm flag ceremony, right?
Dạ, đúng rồi.
So nhiệm vụ của Officer Nguyễn sẽ là cái gì?
Em sẽ ở đây để giúp cho bắt đầu cái chương trình đó, và sau đó sẽ giúp đưa cờ những cái lá cờ cho gia đình.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So look like they got the flag ready over there for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is Matthew Lowe's son over here with it. Can you hear me okay? So Matthew, today's the flag ceremony. They're going to present your dad with the flag from one of the flag that's flown in Washington. Are you playing any key role in this right now, or what's your role in the flag ceremony?
My role in the flag ceremony is just to receive the flag on behalf of Asia Times Square.
Okay. So
That's it.
do they let you say anything for your dad or anything like that, or?
Nah, I'm just here for my dad. I'm here just to help my dad out.
Nathan, thank you so much. I want to grab you just to put you on air. That camera is where we're going to go on right now here with it as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Nathan.
Pleasure to meet you. Shoot over here with it. So this is with Mayor Ron Jensen of Grand Prairie. This is the Asian Heritage Month over there as well. Would you like to say anything to the celebration right now?
Well, Asian Pacific Islanders, goodness, what they meant to our community, to our nation, but especially the Grand Prairie Arlington regions has such a high population of Asian and Asian Pacific Islanders that we have learned so much through what Matthew Lowe and his family have done out here, like this Legion Festival and the Autumn Fest and New Year's Eve. So it's just great to educate us all, and we're so happy to be here. And this is great because my family and I are fixing to go to Hawaii, so I'm getting a sneak peek.
Yeah, that's right. Have you tried any of the food out here?
I love the food out here.
Oh,
we didn't get here in time today, but I've got to where I love pie also, you know.
Well, thank you so much for joining us out here as well. We'll see you around. Thank you.
we'll chant our 3 chants that we don't have time for now. Come see us in Irving, and you can learn everything you saw here today. Mahalo a nui loa for coming and joining us to perpetuate the aloha and Hawaiian culture today. Mahalo a nui loa.
All right, everybody, give it up one more time for these lovely hula dancers, huh? All righty, well, again, if you guys just joining us, we want to thank you guys for coming in. We're celebrating Asian South Pacific Heritage Month, also putting on the Nishin Fest. So we got more island entertainment for you guys. And also want to let you know about the food vendors, and I'll make sure you guys see them. Also, we want to show appreciation to Asia Times Square and Good Life Promotions for putting this together. So give it up for them. All right, and also thank our sponsors. Many, many sponsors have put this show together. We want to welcome you guys once again, and thank you guys so much for joining us. Well, now we want to actually do an opening ceremony. At this time, I'd like to bring to the stage and who is presenting us with the opening speech. I present to you the CEO of Asia Times Square, Mr. Martin Lowe.
Check, 1, 2. Gil, turn it up. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1.
At this time, first of all, I want to welcome everybody. Please give me another few minutes. We're gonna wait for my oldest brother, Steve, and he'll be here to welcome y'all, and then we're gonna start the programs. At this time, just bear with me for a few more minutes. Thank you.
Times Square right now with Angelica, Miss Grand Prairie, and this is this year, 2021,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. It was actually extended because of COVID, so I got to serve 2 years consecutively, and I'll be vying for the title of Miss Texas in late June.
Wow, where's that going to be held at?
It'll be at the Eisman Center in Richardson.
Richardson.
Yeah.
Very well with us. Well, we'll hope to be up there. So what is it like to be Asian Heritage Month as we highlighted it right now? What's your heritage background?
Well, it's an ongoing joke that I'm considered an all-American mutt, but also I have family, right? So I have family from San Fernando, Philippines.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so it's a blessing to be here today and to just be proud in our heritage.
Okay, so is Philippine heritage with it as well. Well, we'll be cheering for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Angelica's your first and last name is?
Bates.
Baines.
Yes,
thank you very much.
Yes,
so we're YouTube Live, VA Live with it. Good luck.
Wonderful. I appreciate it. Oh, it's side tangent. I would love for everyone, if you were willing to vote for me for People's Choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Thank you.
You're very photogenic. Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. okay? Can you hear me okay? All right. So I'm with Celine, our singer for today. For the what are you singing for?
I have the honor to sing the national anthem today.
National anthem.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this is not your first time.
Oh no, it is not. But I am very happy to be able to participate in such a great festival like these. Like it's been a year since I've been able to perform, so it was a great honor to be able to come today and sing for everyone.
Oh, wonderful. Well, step over here from we got blocked over here. So one of the things I want to ask you is, you ever get butterflies in your stomach when you start singing in a large crowd like this? Because I do.
Well, since after singing for so long, I'm not as nervous anymore, but I do love seeing the entire crowd watching me and all the smiles in the crowd. It makes me so happy and grateful that I was given the gift to sing, and so, yeah.
You're very blessed.
Yes, I am.
And you have a beautiful voice, and I think there's a lot of potential. Of course, for you, it comes naturally with it as well, right? So, one of the things, if you were telling a young somebody getting into this field right now, what would you tell this anybody that's getting into this field right now? What can you encourage them or discourage them?
Well, I will definitely encourage them to do what they love, and if you do it with passion, and just be grateful that you were given this gift, and I hope you enjoy the entire journey of this field.
Celine, I can certainly, if I had a daughter, I would hope my daughter, but I don't have those genes to actually pass you down on it as well. This is a big crowd out here. There had to be 200 people out here. We're expecting like 3,000 people coming out here today. So I hope to hear from you in the future. Maybe another Mavericks game hopefully this time. Maybe the Mavericks will invite to play better as well. Thank you so much.
Thank
All right,
you.
I'll leave you get warm up here, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, in just a few minutes, we're going to start the presentation, the ceremony. Now, if you draw your attention to the delegates here, and then we'll open with the open ceremony speech.
Dignitaries, sponsors, community leaders, friends, family, our friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Asia Times Square Plaza opening ceremony. It also is our very first 2021 Mission Festival. My name is Steve Lowe, oldest one from the Lowe family. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for your support and guidance. Please enjoy the event. You have our best wish to you and your family. I am now turn the program to our CEO, Matthew Lowe.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for welcoming our guests. Before I start my speech, I do want to thank Lynn McGinley, Big Lum, Jesus, Lisette, Jasmine, Roberto, and Kurt. As you know, we're planning for an outdoor event, and the setup was set up last night. It was only this morning at 7 a.m. we decided to move it indoor, and they did a wonderful job, and I want to thank them. As for Letitia Dunas, she reached out to me to discuss the possibility of hosting her Nation Festival later this year. But after much discussion, we decided it was in our best interest to co-host this event and celebrate in May, which is also known as the Asian Heritage Month. Today is also our grand opening of our plaza, and I do want to thank Hong, our general contractor, the company name Aerodelic. Go ahead and stand up, Hong. Thank you. This project took much longer than we anticipated, largely because of the pandemic, but I hope you all will agree that the final product was well worth the wait. I also want to thank both chambers, the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce and the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce, for a joint ribbon cutting at the end of the ceremony. So please, immediately after we receive the flags, Michelle and Henry will say a few words, followed by a fire dance. At that time, if the rain stops, we're keeping our fingers crossed, we would like to invite dignitaries, sponsors, families, and friends to join us in front of the Low Foundation clock for a ribbon cutting and a group picture. After that, we would like to invite the dignitaries, VIP guests, and families to have a casual dinner to enjoy the flavors of Asia right in this room. So I want to thank you in advance. May 1st, mark the beginning of Asian Heritage Month. It is the beginning of the Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. It is a time to acknowledge the accomplishment and contribution of the AAPI communities to the United States. While the acknowledgement of Asian Americans and our contribution has always been important, the unprecedented rise of anti-Asian hate over the past year make this year even more vital than ever before. But to be honest, I believe there are many of you out there who will agree with me that the more accurate statement is that we are now witnessing an increase in awareness of anti-Asian behavior. I say that because many of us have experienced these unwanted encounters for decades, and for whatever reason, these incidents have been underreported. Having said that, as Asian American, we are proud Americans. Thank you. We love America as much or even more so than any American sitting next to us. And so tonight, I want us to celebrate. There is an abundance of good in this great land, and we must celebrate them, and we will tonight. With that said, I want to thank our dignitaries, sponsors, friends, families, volunteers, participants, and guests for joining us in celebration of diversity and inclusiveness in honor of the Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. This is the inaugural Nation Festival and our grand opening of the Plaza at Asia Times Square. There are a number of dignitaries I would like to acknowledge. A few of them will extend their greeting and share their thoughts on the importance of this celebration. For dignitaries, I would like to recognize Mayor Ron Jensen and City Manager Tom Hart. From the office of our late Congressman Ron Wright, his husband Susan Wright. I am extremely honored. Tonight we also have Texas Supreme Court Justice Deborah Lehman. Tarrant County Commissioner Devin Allen. Arlington Mayor Pro Tem Victoria Farrell Myers. Mayor Ann Jung of Alton City. Grand Prairie City Councilman Greg Desner, Jeff Woolridge, Paul Humphrey, and Georgia Clemson. Grand Prairie City Grand Prairie Superintendent Linda Ellis and Board of Trustees, Emily Lyles, Laura Carrillo, Brian Parra, and David Espinosa. Grand Prairie Deputy City Manager Steve Dye. Grand Prairie Police Chief Daniel Sesky. If I miss anybody, please accept my sincere apologies. But I would also like to recognize a few other people. I would like to recognize our UTA President, Tek Lim. And if you notice, I'm wearing my UTA tie today, Tek. I'm hoping to get some free parking passes because those are pretty expensive. There are a few great community leaders in the runoff and early voting start next week, so I wish you all well. Good luck to Susan Wright, Jim Ross, Nikki Hunter, Jeff Woodridge, Greg Gessner. Not only do I appreciate your sponsorship of this event, I want to thank you for your servant heart. I am extremely thankful for our sponsors and media sponsors, partners, such as 1600 AM Saigon Radio and SB10. Thank you, Tina. Also, Bit TV, thank you, Yvonne. VAE Live, thank you, Amy and Talina. And I also would like to thank WFAA in Good Morning, Texas. Thank you, Cheryl and Paige. Fox 4 News, thank you, Dana and Aaron. And NBC 5, thank you, Yana. And yes, we also have Wall Street Journal photographer in the house somewhere. Thank you very much. For Asia Times Square and the Low Foundation to have support from Baylor, Scott, and White, thank you, Alan Beck, for your friendship and all you do. City of Grand Prairie, thank you, Mayor Von Jensen, Steve Lai, Tom Hart, and all City Council members. The Dallas Maverick, thank you, Mackenzie and Haley. Texas Ranger, thank you, Karen and Kelly. The Nicholas Foundation, thank you, Rodney, Isabel, and Prudence. Chase Bank, with Elizabeth and Monica. Cross Bank, thank you, Mike and Christian. Classic Chevrolet, thank you, Dorian. And thank you to all other sponsors. Your generosity means so much to us. It truly speaks volume to our shared interest in embracing our diverse community and combating hate by celebrating diversity and inclusiveness. We want to stop hate and spread kindness, y'all. Thank you. Now, I would like to share with you some important data. On May 7, 1843, the first Japanese immigrant arrived in this country. And a few decades later, on May 10, 1869, the Transcontinental Railroad, which was worked on by roughly 20,000 Chinese immigrants, was completed. In 1979, when President Jimmy Carter signed a presidential proclamation, we started to celebrate Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Week. Then, in 1992, Congress passed an amendment which called on the people of the United States to observe the entire month of May with appropriate ceremonies, programs, and activities. There are two more dates that are extremely important to my family. They are extremely significant. On August 11, 1979, the day my family landed on this great land of opportunity, thanks to our sponsor, Aunt Bonnie Minitra and Uncle Bill Minitra. These two angels gave my family hope. Aunt Bonnie, when you're able to watch this event, I want you to know that we are forever grateful for you. We love you. You gave us hope. With your love and support, we were able to achieve the American dream. Another important date is today, May 22nd, 2021. We are so thankful and blessed that you are all here with us today. Never would I imagine that an immigrant family of 8 who stayed in Pulau Bidong, a refugee camp in Malaysia, for 9 months would win the lottery. It was after months of waiting, praying, hoping, and wondering where our lives will continue. Never would I imagine I would be standing in front of you all tonight to receive the official flag of the United States of America, the Texas flag, the flag from the city of Grand Prairie, and the flag from the city of Arlington. I am so grateful. This is truly a blessing and definitely a prayer answered. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. Now, I would like to have my son Nathan escort Texas Supreme Court Justice Deborah Thurman to say a few words.
Thank you so much for those wonderful words of wisdom, and thank you for having me here today. I cannot tell you how wonderfully blessed I feel to be a part of this wonderful occasion. I am Deborah Lehrman, and I have the honor of having served you all on the Supreme Court of Texas as a justice for almost 12 years, and that has truly been the honor of my life. To be able to rule over cases that determine the jurisprudence of this great state is an honor beyond anything that I could ever express. And to be able to do it in a time of so much turmoil makes it that much more important. Who would have thought that a mere 14 months ago we were going to go through such a challenging year, a year that brought us so much sadness, so much death, so much devastation. It's beyond anything I think that any of us could have ever imagined 14 months ago. As a court, we had to deal with emergency orders having to do with the third branch of government. We had to deal with issues having to do with election emergencies. We underwent a ransom attack, and then to top it all off, we had the freeze of February in 2021. But we did it, we handled it. What makes it so unbelievably incredible from my view is how this community was able to deal with all of those challenging, difficult, horrible things, plus deal with the hate that you all have had to experience through no fault of your own whatsoever because of a deadly virus that none of us could have ever anticipated, and certainly that was no one's fault. Yet, you all handled it with dignity, with grace, with energy, with hard-working oomph, just like you always do. Thank you so much. What you all bring to the table is something that's so very, very important throughout our great society. On our court, we now have 4 women for the first time in the history of the Supreme Court of Texas. We have 2 Hispanic members, and we have so many thousands and thousands and thousands of people from diverse groups who bring something to the table that cannot be said how important it is, because diversity on the table brings us better outcomes in every single thing we do. So on behalf of the court, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that every one of you do. You add so much to our society. In spite of it all, you never let it get you down. You keep on going, and we are all grateful beyond words. Thank you so very, very much.
Thank you, Judge. I'm not sure if you know, but she is also the second longest serving woman on the state highest court. At this time, I would like to ask Brian to escort Tarrant County Commissioner Devin Allen to take the word.
Well, good evening, and I am so excited for this inaugural Asian Festival. Congratulations to everyone who put in so many hours of work and planning into making this day possible. My name is Devin Allen, and I'm honored to serve on the Tarrant County Commissioners Court representing Arlington and 5 other cities in southeast Tarrant County. We are right here in Precinct 2 in Tarrant County. I have to thank Matt Lowe and the Lowe family and all of the retailers here at Asia Times Square for making this establishment such a powerful force in our community, one that is a true representation of what it means to live out diversity and to provide opportunities for each of us to learn from one another. Now, I will tell you, this year has been amazing. The last 14 months has been amazing. We have shown how resilient we are as a community. But there are some of us who have suffered much more and much harder than others. We have been through a global pandemic, a global social justice movement, and a 100-year storm. Now, I know we're tough in Texas, but I don't know about you all, but I think I may have had about enough of all this tough stuff. Yeah, I know. It is important to mention that, though, because it is just an example of how resilient we are as a community. And as Matt joined me and Officer Wynn with the Grand Prairie Police Department a few months ago, we had a conversation about the anti-Asian hate in our community. And it was an important conversation to have. One is you cannot address what you're not first willing to acknowledge. Racism, hate, discrimination of any kind is absolutely unacceptable. It is not okay. Now, I will go on to say, for those of you who have survived racism, hate, discrimination, I know you're tired. So I'm not here to give you a pep talk because we know it's not going to end by my pep talk. But what I am here to say is that I appreciate you for showing up every day, for living your truth every day, whether that's ageism, sexism, racism, all the other forms of discrimination and hate. So we have to keep doing that because quite frankly, we don't give up. You can't hate us away. You can't chase us away. We are a beautiful community, and we are honored to serve with our lives every day in and day out. So I'm sure I've taken up my time. I was supposed to read a resolution. I'm just going to share a little bit of it with you and save you all the whereases, and then I'll present it to Matt. You all okay with that? Okay. So this inaugural Asian Festival aims to share a glimpse of the beautiful cultures of the Pacific Island region through food, traditional dress, music, and performances. And Asia Times Square is one of the largest Asian markets in Texas and has made its mission to preserve traditions and promote culture, which it does through annual events such as these. The founders of Asia Times Square, Matt Lowe and his family, are celebrating their successes by serving the community through sharing love, creating opportunity, and giving hope. That is their mission. That is their vision, which they have lived out for decades now. And so now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Commissioners Court of Tarrant County, do hereby proclaim the month of May as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month and encourage our citizens to celebrate our uniquely diverse community. And you all are doing that right here today, and I encourage you to do that for every day hereafter. We have set our hands and caused the seal of Tarrant County to be affixed this 18th day of May, signed the Tarrant County Commissioners Court. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. At this time, I would like to ask Derek to escort Susan Wright to stand the U.S. flag and say a few words on behalf of Congressman Ron Wright. Susan, words truly cannot express the tremendous gratitude for us to receive this flag from you. I want to thank Andy and obviously our late Congressman Ron Wright to have this flag flown at the Capitol in honor of my dad on December 18th, the day he went to heaven. The Lowe family is so honored to receive this flag, and we will always treasure this moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Mrs. Lowe. Thank you, Steve, and the entire Lowe family. Thank you all for being here. I am Susan Wright. My husband was Congressman Ron Wright. The Wright family and the Lowe family have long been friends and allies in our community efforts. We became friends when Ron and Matthew's father began talking about community efforts and how to improve, how to expand an outreach, and how to bring people together. Those were passions of our family, passions of the Lowe family, and through those shared passions, we have become close friends. And I thank the Lowe family on behalf of all of us, I believe, for their continuing efforts to bring our communities together, to highlight our oneness and our similarities through the strength of our differences. Our differences only are magnified when we focus on those, for we share far more than we differ. We share our love of our country, of our family, and of our community. And so for that reason, and for all of the work that the Lowe family has done for this effort, Ron was honored to be able to fly the flag over the Capitol for Mr. Lowe in honor of a life very well spent as an American patriot and as a dear friend. So we are honored to present this again for your dedication. And we look forward to the many more cultural festivals that you provide for us here. We thank you. We look forward to the unity that comes from our shared experiences, and we look forward to strengthening our long friendship and love with your family. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to invite Celine Tian to the stage to sing the national anthem.
So gallantly stream
she has an amazing voice or not. Thank you, Celine. The next flag we will receive will be the Texas flag, who was gifted to us from our wonderful state representative, Ms. Turner. Representative Turner isn't available to attend today, so Eugene, would you please escort our Grand Prairie Police Chief, Daniel Sesnick. Thank you, Chief. I want to personally thank you for so much support and concern you have provided for Asia Times Square, and also provided the safety of our customers and businesses. Thank you for speaking directly to our business partners and letting us know that we can always have you have our back. Please know that we got yours as well. Thank you, Chief.
Slide adjustment. As Mr. Lowe mentioned, Chris Turner is unavailable to be here tonight. I'm sure he is making Texas a better place in Austin for all of us, but what a cool honor it is for me to be able to present the Texas flag. This flag was also flown over the state capitol in honor of Grant Lowe on December the 18th. A man who, if you didn't know him, made the world a better place than he found it. And I think that is a challenge for all of us, the example that he set. And if I may, just very briefly point out, I think it's especially cool that we are raising the flag of the United States of America, Texas flag, the flag of the two best cities in the United States of America, Grand Prairie and Arlington, maybe in that order, and Asia Times Square. Because in my view, it shows what we do best here, and that is unity and love. We've got that figured out here at Grand Prairie and Arlington. So thank you for this honor. Thank you to the Lowe family. Congratulations.
He's just so tall. At this time, I would like to invite Rodney Anderson to sing the Texas song.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you even knew that Texas had a state song? Okay? Now, when she got up here and sang that song a while ago, a lot of you already knew that song, right? Well, trying to find music to the Texas anthem is very difficult. So now you're going to get me a cappella, but what we are going to do, we are going to, this song was written back in 1925 from someone from Liverpool, England, of all places. And yes, we have England in the house over here. And the original words, in one of us said, largest and grandest. And then they decided to buy Alaska. So someone had to come up with another word, so they included boldest. So I'm going to ask that you stand as I sing Texas, Our Texas. Texas, our Texas, all hail the mighty state. Texas, our Texas, so wonderful, so great. Boldest and grandest, withstanding every test. O empire wide and glorious, you stand supremely blessed. God bless you, Texas. success and keep you brave and strong, that you may grow in power and worth throughout the ages long. God bless you, Texas, and keep you brave and strong, that you may grow in power and worth throughout the ages long.
Celine, just so you know, Rodney Anderson was our former state rep, and he just whispered in my ear that you were a hard act to follow. Now I would like to have Henry escort our Mayor Ron Jensen to the stage. Mayor, it has definitely been a privilege and an honor of mine to have met you, to have learned so much from you. I value your friendship and your commitment to serve our community. I do want to say that Mayor is pretty active on Facebook, and he loves to update the weather. And I like his posts, but then I commented, I said, Mayor, please stop the rain on Saturday.
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
No.
I do not have anything to do with what's coming. I just try to advise you what's coming. And our staff, as George and my fellow council members know, they give it to us. We just cut and paste it. I've got to say, Matthew, listening to your story, it should make us all reflect on how we got here, what we're doing here. Maybe you remember my granddaddy and my grandma came over from Denmark in 1909. My dad later on, when Lee Iacocca was doing the big deal, you buy this and do that, and you go back and you get a rubbed in, and he did. He went to Ellis Island and was able to see where my granddaddy came over in 1909. We won the lottery. Being born here in the USA or migrating here. So, Matthew, hope we never forget our roots, where we come from, and who we are now. I fell in love with the Lowe family at the same time Rester Grand Prairie did when they bought this facility and turned it into something besides a fitness center. I mean, we have vacant buildings, and they say to me, what's going to be there? And I said, probably another fitness center, you know. We're all going to be real fit. This was an old Walmart and an old Sam's. Look what they've done to it. Thank you all very much. You know, getting to know Matthew, he and I are both UTA grads, and we do a lot of things together. He and Aaron and Rebecca and I've learned so much about the Asian community, and during this month of Asian American and Pacific Islander month, we've learned more. But I would be remiss if I didn't point out a young lady in our crowd that has been doing this for years for our Hispanic community in the city of Grand Prairie. I want to recognize Gloria Carrillo. We are a very diverse city. My aunt used to tell me Danish stories. When they moved here, they moved to the St. Louis area so they could go to a Lutheran church that spoke Danish. Imagine that, to migrate somewhere just so you could attend church that spoke your language. I'd also like to say that we here in Grand Prairie, we are in Arlington, very diverse. And I don't mind sharing this with you. We do have a great relationship with Rebecca, and I spent the evening with Jeff and Karen last night, and I'm gonna miss him, but I'm sure I'll get along with the new one. Wink, wink, thank you. I'll stay out of it. I guarantee you, Jim, I'll get along with either one of you. Devin, Commissioner Allen, Rebecca and I and you and your husband have known each other for years. Back when you worked for Chris, back when you worked at UTA, preach on, sister. Thank you for your words. Thank you all for coming tonight. I'm going to present this to my dear friend, and we are. There are some of us that I say that they're friends. Matthew knows we are friends. So, I'm honored to present this flag to you. Mrs. Lowe, thank you for what you've done for the city. She's here tonight.
What I love about Mayor Ron Jensen is he truly is a visionary. He is everywhere. No matter what function it is, he always wants to unite our communities. He has attended our Lunar New Year, our Mid-Autumn Festival, our Hong Kong Music Food and Festival, this, and I'm pretty sure many more. Thank you so much, Ron. Next, I would like to ask June to escort Arlington Mayor Pro Tem Victoria Myers. Councilwoman, I too would like to thank you for your support in attending our cultural event. I have had the privilege to witness your leadership and see how much you love Arlington and the community you serve. I love and appreciate your support of Asia Times Square.
Yes, I am from Arlington, Texas, and I'm proud of it. But I'm even prouder to have crossed that little thing called a boundary line to come to Grand Prairie. Because, you know, one thing we've realized is that united together, we are better. When I first met Matthew, when I found out about the Lowe family and started working with them, one of the things that made me realize, when I moved here about 25 years ago, my first job, it was UT Arlington, they made me a Texan. Go Mavs. When I came here, I started teaching civic education to help people achieve their citizenship in the Asian community. Because some people were going around charging $500, $600, $700, $800, thousands of dollars to do what I could do for free. And I didn't do it for that reason. I did it because I knew in the hearts and souls of those individuals, they were like my mom and my dad, they were like me as a first-generational college student. And what attracted me to Arlington, Texas, is it's called the Dream City. But ladies and gentlemen, we all know the dream cannot be shared. It cannot be achieved unless we together find our pathway. Every one of us is going to be unique. Every one of us has our own set of dreams and hopes and aspirations. But we're together, united in what makes us who we are, the people that we are. Now, on behalf of Arlington, Texas, Mayor Jeff Williams, who could not be here today, and the Arlington City Council, it is my honor and pleasure to provide this token of Arlington, Texas to you, which is our flag, our covenant symbol of unity and grace. And Mr. Lowe, may God bless your family. And as you always remember, the dreams don't know divisions between cities. Good night.
we're almost at the end. At this time, well, let me go ahead and tell you the truth. I didn't really know until maybe 10 minutes ago that my mom is actually going to be able to come. So please give me a huge applause to welcome my mom. What a special moment this is for me and my family. Of all the 5 flags,
Thank you all for your support.
of these 5 flags, 4 will stay and be flown permanently except for the Asia Times Square flag. We want our new plaza to be the new venue for all culture. We invite all communities to consider using our plaza for their events celebrating their traditions and holidays. And if they want to fly their country's flag, we will bring down our Asia Times Square flag and raise and honor their flag during the event at Asia Times Square. We believe Asia Times Square is much more than a business. We want to become the destination connecting cultures and communities. And at this time, talking about connecting, I would like to invite President of Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce, Michelle Madden, and Senior Vice President of the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce, Henry Lusick, to say a few words, followed by the Dragon Dance.
Good evening. Wow, that's loud. Good evening. I'm Michelle Madden. I am the President and CEO of the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce. And the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce is honored really to be here this evening to honor the Lowe family and to celebrate the Nation Festival. Preserving traditions and promoting cultures. You may have seen that as you drove up. And while we are here tonight doing that for the Nation Festival and the Lowe family and the Asian community, it's a reminder across the board for all of us here in Grand Prairie and Arlington to always remember the past and come together and celebrate cultures. Thank you so much, and I'll hand it over to Henry Lusick.
Chief, I just want to let you know that's scissors in there, so in case you're wondering why it's sitting there. You know, as I was seated there, there's one word that really hit me, and it's inspiration. And I see people nodding. I think all of us are getting inspired by the message that's being delivered today. Asia Times Square means so very much to both, and I'm going to go in alphabetical order, Arlington and Grand Prairie. Sorry, Chief. I'm allowed to do that. I should say I'm Henry Lusick with the Greater Arlington Chamber, but you know that we are all inspired. And if you look at that Lowe last name, L-O-H, and you look on their website, or you look outside and you see what those 3 letters mean, love, opportunity, and hope. You couldn't say it any better than those 3 words, love, opportunity, and hope. And we at the Greater Arlington Chamber are just proud that Asia Times Square is part of our community And Matthew himself is very active in the chamber as our board. He's also part of our Asian Business Council, as is Dr. Lim. Thank you so very much. We appreciate all the efforts that they do. But you know, they inspire us. They inspire, when you hear that diversity and inclusion, they really live it. And we try to live it in our community every single day. And as Matthew knows, I am very steadfast against avoiding those things. We want to work together. And we at the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce have a slogan. And it really picks off of what our Mayor Pro Tem in Arlington said. Our slogan is, together we succeed. And we really mean that. It takes all of us to succeed. And I thank all of you for being here. Thank you so much.
Before we start the lion dance, I do want to acknowledge one more individual. I will acknowledge Mr. Haiwa Lau from VIT TV. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for broadcasting our event. I also like to invite any individual who are free and willing to learn different cultures, learning from someone who's strange to you, to join our Asia Times Square Cultural Ambassadors Program. This is something we just started, and we will kick it off tomorrow at 3 p.m. The goal is to share stories, pure and simple. Share stories, share our love of food, the games we play as a child, no politics, no religion. Just like our Mayor Ron Jensen when he hosts the community roundtable. No politics, no religion, let's just learn from each other. And by doing so, it is my hope that we will soon replace ignorance with tolerance, apathy with empathy, and thoughtlessness with kindness. Hit it, Dragon Dance.
to let you guys know that there is a cash bar at the end of the plaza here. So if you guys want to grab yourself a drink, and if you guys for some reason don't have any cash, there is a ATM at the end of the plaza at the other end. So just feel free. And also check out our vendors, our merchandise vendors, our food vendors. So all right, enjoy the rest of the event.
Kiss me.